Oh, friends and neighbors, it's the program. Thank you for joining me in this very difficult time. Here on TV, let's get into today to turn machines and live forever. Here we go, it's Monday. Made it all the way back around here. Who would have thought I would have made it this far? Wasn't so sure today. It's late for me. I'm usually starting this thing at like 6, recently 5 or 6, and now it's like 7. This is the latest I've done the program in months. I'm like, wow, it's time for bed. I got a new schedule. And now I'm like, oh, nighttime, huh? It's been a full day. It's, is it June? I think yesterday is Juneteenth. But today we're, I don't know, celebrating? Not something you celebrate. It's kind of a weird thing to have a holiday. You don't celebrate, but that was yesterday. Today's another day. Another, thing. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get these sunglasses in here. I just broke them, but I'm going to go over there and sit on the couch for a minute. Like this. Let's see. There. Maybe James and Heather will show up here eventually. I believe they will. But when? And how? It's going to go ding. I didn't tell them I was starting it late, but I am. And now I have. Yeah, I dropped my sunglasses, like, kind of, as I was coming in here. They fell off my head and hit the ground, and now the lens popped out, but maybe they've already popped out in the past, and I'm trying to pop them back in. They can pop out, they can pop in, but then I'm going to break them or something. Trying to get it in here, trying to get this thing going. Oh, got this timer going, got the other timer going, this timer, tell me what you're working with. Yesterday, on Sunday, I was here at around, Sunday, 5:30, 6 o'clock, sitting here. I think I had pizza yesterday, and Freddie was here no, that was Saturday. I think yesterday I had pizza. Saturday Freddie was here. Yesterday Freddie was not here. But I had pizza, right? I had pineapple and pepperoni pizza and the confetti pizza, but they put jalapenos on the confetti pizza. And I think traditionally there was not jalapenos in the confetti pizza, but they put jalapenos in the confetti pizza yesterday. So, it's pretty good pizza. I think Yellowfellow was like kind of calling in, but like only like, oh, I did it. I got him back in there. All right. Yellowfellow was like calling, but then the show was over, and then he was kind of in and out of the call, but I don't think we ever really said much to him. There was like, either he was calling and it wasn't like going through, or he called at the very end of the show. I think a little bit of both. And other than that, I think I just listened to a lot of the messages. Maybe Mr. Ginson left a bunch of messages and other stuff I don't know about today. After the program last night on Sunday, I went home. No, I went to the draw night. Got in the car and went to draw night over there, producer Freddie's house. What the heck? Where was that phone? Is somebody trying to call in the cell right now? I'm hearing ringing, like an outgoing call. What the heck? No? Am I hearing things? I think I might be hallucinating. Uh-oh. Not the best, not the best. Where's James and Heather? Yeah, hallucinations, not good, not good. I'm definitely losing hearing, like maybe with age and just like listening to loud things all the time. And I think I'm getting like phantom sounds now. I mean, it's maybe what's the difference between hallucinations and phantom sounds? Because that one, I think that was a hallucination and that was real. Well, it was plausible. So, like, lose my hearing, and then my mind's starting to put in sounds like where the hearing could be. But I think if I started hearing, voices or implausible things, that I would be able to differentiate from reality. But maybe this is all a big hallucination. I mean, it is in a way. That's the thing, that we're so close to hallucinations anyway, because the world is not true. What's around you, it's all a bunch of energies and stuff, and then we interpret it. So, like, reality is in itself a hallucination put on by our minds. So what's to say? Start hearing these ringings. That was a weird one, though. I'm going to try to recreate it. I heard things in the past. I was hearing a lot of pop sounds for a long time, which was a little bit disconcerting, but they kind of went away. But I was just hearing like really, really loud pop sounds, like whoa, like pop, and you're like, what? Like looking around. Maybe I was looking around, like, do you hear that? Something popping? Something making sounds? I keep hearing. No, somebody did call. Maybe it's not a hallucination. What is this? Somebody call and leave messages right now?
Hey, this is Tim. Give me a call back. Alright.
Yeah, Yellowfield's trying to call us. So it was not even hallucinating at all. Call this number for Tim. Hey, Tim. I'm doing some couch time, but I thought I was tripping, but now I guess I still am because I don't know what's real. So either way, still tripping. How do I call? Where's the calls? People, all calls, make a call. Yeah. Well, let's see. No. That's like calling the tire place. Here, call. Let's just call Yellowfell. I'm calling the number that Yellowfell called from, though. Whatever that is. Call! Struggling. Oh. Who's on the meet? Get on the meet. Heather's here. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are ya?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Why are you starting so late?
I was out.
How dare you?
Forgive me, please.
I forgive you.
Oh, thank
How
you.
dare you have a life?
Yeah, I was out. I went to Tacoma. See my hat?
Oh.
I don't know if you can read it.
I do see it. I do see your hat.
It says Tacoma.
It does say Tacoma.
I got it in Tacoma. That's where you are, kinda.
Oh, that is where I am. I am in Tacoma.
Where's the rain? Like, this is from. I didn't get it from there, but it's from the Rainiers. My friend gave it to me.
Oh.
He lives there. He lives by Cheney Stadium. But is that like South Tacoma? Cheney Stadium?
Yeah, I guess.
And you're like, what are you?
I'm like not the one to ask about directional type of things. I'm in Tacoma.
Yeah, but they don't call it like West Side or East Side or whatever?
Patrick, what directionally Tacoma are we? East Side.
East Side, yeah, but they don't.
East Side.
They don't call it because like even here in town, there's like East Side and West Side, and it's not. It's like smaller than Tacoma, but I definitely know the general zones.
I mean, yeah, not like that.
Like they don't. I mean, what do you say? You say if people like because when you live, if you're in Tacoma. And then you say, like, where do you live? You're like, oh, I live in Tacoma. And they're like, yeah, me too. Like, you just say, I live by the mall.
I live over there off this really popular street.
Yeah. You don't say, east and west and whatever.
Nope. I give specific landmarks that are near my home.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to make this call because Yellow Fellow tried to call us and then, come on. I'm
mad at Yellow Fellow.
Making up a name. He made up another name just now for games. He said, "Hi, I'm Tim. This is Tim." But I'm having a hard time making this call for some reason. Come on, call. Oh, dial pad. There. I'm making it. Okay, there. Okay, I finally figured it out. All right. Call y'all phone. I went to the Dollar Chinese place. Whoop. Hello? Hello, Tim?
1 second.
It's Tim. Hey, James.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, how are ya?
Good. What's up?
Hey.
Are you inside?
Yes. I'm inside.
It's Monday, but it's did you have the day off, Heather?
No. It sure messed up my day. Oh yeah, you didn't have work today, did you?
I had the day off because of Juneteenth,
Yeah.
which is a little up and down because it's supposed to be for black people. You know?
Yeah.
You know about Juneteenth? So I kind of think I shouldn't be doing. I'm not the people. I shouldn't be doing anything, but I have the day off. I did nothing, but it's like, hey, we get the day off, but it's not my holiday.
Like you should be working.
I guess. Well, I don't want to be working, but I still.
That don't celebrate Christmas, get Christmas off still.
Yeah, it's true, but the Christmas is not due to the enslavement of a race. Yep. But anyway, that was yesterday, and I had the day off. I'm like, oh, hey, what's that? What's that day for? I don't know, but I get the day off. That's what I know.
Yeah. What? You didn't know what
I took the day off, but that's just because I was feeling like it today.
Yeah. It wasn't because of the commemoration of the end of slavery?
Is that what it's actually for about?
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. It's heavy. It's not a.
Yeah, well, I knew it was about something like that. I just didn't know exactly what it was.
It's not for celebration.
It's
But
just
they
like
can celebrate. They have barbecues and shit.
I mean, I don't celebrate it. It is a day off, but it should be. It's like, I guess Memorial Day is for dead soldiers, so a lot of these days you get days off for darker things instead of. I guess is Christmas the day that Jesus is killed?
No, is it? No, that's his birthday.
Oh,
Supposed to be. He's celebrating his birth.
okay.
Easter is the day he came back to life. That's the day he became a zombie.
What about Death Day? There was no Death Day?
Nope.
How was the week?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
They all blur together.
it's
Yeah.
so much.
It's been weird lately, but fucking, yeah, it's just weird.
It's a weird life.
What?
It's a weird world.
I don't know what the hell you're saying.
It's
You're saying it's a weird world.
It's a weird world.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Somebody started today. I was talking to some other people, and we started talking about like the virus times and about people who died. So they knew people who had died, and now we're going back to some stuff, but I don't know if are we gonna do. I mean, we're still going on, but a bunch of people died.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
I'm sure people are dying all the time.
Yeah, people are dying all the time, but people more people died or something? Did they? I don't even know. Or did they not? Did I measure?
More people.
More people died?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, do we do something about that? We're gonna have like some kind of like worldwide funeral for the dead. I don't know anybody who was like seriously affected still. Do you?
I don't know anybody who was seriously affected.
Yeah. Or died anyway, either.
I've heard of, well, my mom knows people who died. Oh no, does she? I don't know. I heard people say their family member died, but I don't know.
I'm not even like once removed from it, which is kind of weird. But, seems like people were dying, I guess.
Who had family members that died. And it led to COVID.
Which cat is that?
This is Gidget.
Digit. I went to Dollar Chinese.
Ew.
Oh yeah, have you been there?
I've been to a Dollar Chinese place in Tillicum.
It's in Lakewood, I think. Or it's like Port Louis.
Oh, you went to the Tillicum one. Yeah.
This one.
Tillicum?
Yeah, it's technically Lakewood.
What's Tillicum?
It's like the neighborhood it's weird because it's like you can only get to it from the freeway. There's no connecting parts to the rest of Lakewood. But it's by the base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, I thought you can drive there through the back, like the old highway.
The what?
The old highway, they call it.
What?
Old highway.
Old Pacific Highway?
Am I hard to understand today?
No, I think it's just me. I think I actually might be going deaf.
Yeah, me too.
Well, losing my hearing, yeah, because I was talking to somebody about it, and it's really interesting. It's like, I didn't know that, like, when you lose your hearing, that it's like, it starts off by you stop hearing certain frequencies.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that's how it worked, and, like, he said that it started, when he went deaf, it was like, he would, like, it sounded like everybody was mumbling, especially new people. It sounded like they were mumbling.
Yes.
Because your brain is actually putting it together. It's not actually like you're losing it or whatever. It's really interesting when you think about it, the way it works. But yeah, and then like he said, then one day he met somebody and he couldn't hear them at all. I was like, wow, it's so weird.
I'm losing my hearing for sure. I already did. I know I did. What are you smoking? Jesus. Why do you have a torch? It's crazy. It looks like crack.
Well, it's just what's sandy. It's not crack. It's weed.
Alright. Yeah, I was actually just, like earlier, I thought I was hallucinating, but I think somebody actually did call. But, I thought I was hearing things. But now, like, once you start losing your hearing, it's like losing a limb. You know, you start hearing things. At least in my experience.
Wow.
Because you like that. But you don't have those. He said too. You don't have those frequencies, and then I feel like my mind is like trying to make sense of the sounds I can hear.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I start hearing things.
No.
But I was saying this earlier today, is that I'm pretty sure that if I started hearing like weird things, I would know that they're fake. You know?
Right.
So I don't think I'm losing my mind. I'm just losing my hearing.
Sometimes it's things that could be totally plausible, and that's why I think it's real.
Yeah, but then that's fine, you know? If you're like looking around for sounds that it might be real, as long as you're not like responding to voices or something. So that's how I'm telling myself that, you know? Like, I'm like, oh, hearing,
yeah, well.
auditory hallucinations are fine. I know they're fake.
Oh my god. Well, what if you started hallucinating that you had a collar? And that seems like a totally plausible thing.
Yeah.
And you're actually sitting here talking to nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I do talk to myself a lot. But it's on the recordings. Actually, like a week or two, I like failed to record the first like 20 minutes of the show, and I was just saying stuff, and then I didn't tape it, and then I was like, uh-oh, what does that mean? You know?
And you're just talking,
Yeah.
to yourself, nobody would watch later.
Yeah. So, but then what's the difference, really? Yeah, but I started losing hearing. That's why I listen to slowed down music these days, because I can hear it all, like the frequencies. You listen to slowed down music, James? You might like it, now that you're going deaf like me.
What kind of music?
I listen to the music, I like pitched it down so it's a little bit slower and lower pitched.
Oh,
And then I can hear it better, I think, because you lose your high frequencies first.
interesting. Yeah, not always, but yeah, usually.
Yeah, tinnitus? I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I got pretty bad tinnitus, and tinnitus is those frequencies that you're hearing in your tinnitus, those are ones that you used to be able to hear in the world, but you can no longer.
What?
Interesting.
Yep.
Is that for real? For real?
I think it is. I don't know. I don't know where I heard that, but what I believe it now. Yeah, but I'm pretty deaf. I still should wear headphones, but I play a lot of like rock and roll music without headphones and drums and stuff. So since I was a little kid, now I'm deaf a little bit. But and then I'm a little bit concerned that I'm gonna start talking, or maybe I already do a little bit, like a deaf person, you know?
No.
No, maybe a little bit.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
You just start mumbling, because you hear, it's like you just repeat what you hear, and then it's kind of weird. Yeah. Maybe I should do. Oh, Key. Oh, Key likes that.
Yeah, she really likes that.
Oh.
She's a happy cat.
Yeah. Why did you bring up being deaf, James? Did you? Yeah. Well, because you can't hear me. That's why.
Yeah, that's right. We have a new person working in the office. It's funny you guys are talking about this because, like, she was talking to me today and I just could not hear her. And, like, I was trying to, like, figure out what she was saying by context of what I could hear. And I answered a completely different question. And so then it was obvious that I could not hear her.
Did you get called out? You must have.
Oh, yeah, she was like, what? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I asked where you got your smoothie from, and I was like, oh.
I always do that.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean that's part of like having worse hearing. Sometimes you gotta focus on what people are saying, and if you don't, then you space it out. Or movies too. I'm watching a movie. I find myself like 20 minutes into a movie, and I'm like, uh-oh, I wasn't listening to the words. I was just like watching the movie, and I was like, what's going on in this movie? Or like ask somebody like, what is the plot of this movie? And they're like, oh, well, you're really watching the movie?
I could do that with reading too, though, in a way.
I do that with reading too. Yeah, that gets
like,
weird because you're like reading a book and then you're like read. I mean, you definitely read the book and then you're like, wait, what did I just read? I don't even know. But hopefully it's about the moment, you know, with the reading. And I do it on the phone, so I have a phone job, and if I don't know what somebody said, I don't ask them, I just try to move forward, you know?
That's all.
Or if it's a yes or no question, I didn't know what they said, I would just say yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Or just say yes anyway and see if it works, you know, if you can't understand what they're saying. Yeah, yeah. What kind of smoothie did you have? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like living at my grandmother's house and we were cleaning it out and we found one of her journals. I didn't know that she was writing journals, but I found out she was writing journals. Mostly it's just like what she did. She's like, I went to the mall today.
Did she write it in English or Japanese?
English. I think she was trying to learn English, maybe, by writing. So the writing is in a Japanese accent. It's kind of weird. Like, because like I think you don't know. You know when you have an accent, it's because you don't know what the letters are. So you like misplace your L's and R's in the writing.
Oh.
Like Japanese people can't say I walk to work because they say I walk to work. You know. So like,
Yeah.
work and walk are like the same.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah.
It's the same sounds. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know how it's spelled.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, oh yeah, she wrote in the journal though that whenever she would yell at my father, that he would just smile and nod. She's like, I was mad at him, and then I said it, and all he did was smile.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, you're mad. Like, uh-oh. So that's pretty funny. I think he was spacing it out too. And it's been like, uh-oh, complaining, like, yep. He still does that, and I'm gonna show him in this book. And he uses it, but I do it now. I picked it up from him, so.
There's a bird thinking about using this bird feeder.
Yeah, new bird feeder updates?
No, I was walking out the other day just as the bird was about to land, so then it flew away. But like right now, there is a bird that was like up the tree looking somewhere else. It's thinking about using it.
What about your work?
No bird feeders at work. It makes the birds too loud.
Yeah, but you didn't talk to him another time?
No, I'm not talking to them again. Not if I don't have to.
Do you have to avoid them now, or can you just not talk to them?
I can just not talk to them. I usually don't see them because I don't work with them.
You don't have to actively avoid them?
No.
That's good. Yeah. Well, let's see. We got a lot of messages. I got the new computer, so I don't know if I had this last week.
Yeah, you had this.
I did?
Yeah.
Was it my first one last week?
Yeah. And there was one.
Well, let's see. Oh yeah, million Mr. Ginsu messages, million Yellowfella messages. It's the same stuff, I guess. But Yellowfella tried to call but didn't go through. Should we listen to one of his messages?
Yeah.
Here.
Hello. I'm here with Kyle, and he's driving his car, and we went to an art festival, and this is Grandma Kyle. Kyle got a painting of three gorillas, and it's really colorful. It's a whole gorilla family. And they've glittery eyelashes and really bright colors. And then we got a painting of a dog and a cat that are in love. They're holding hands on a colorful beachscape with a pirate ship in the background. I think it's a pirate. And
Art, huh?
colorful. And they're mermaids. A lot of different colors and some more glitter. Which song is this? This is interesting. Sorry. I was listening to this song. Oh, we are going to pass Dunkin' Donuts. We will have time. Alright. We're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts. We want to get it. Yeah, I need it for fun at work. But we actually should try to keep looking for different apartments. I've been doing most of the work recently. No, but I've been making phone calls and talking to.
I'm trying to find
But the
an
next thing we need to ask. I've been communicating. Like I got that information from Dane's run. Yeah, but we need to reach out back. Maybe reach out again and say.
Sounds like they're looking for a new apartment. They're gonna move out of their parents' house, maybe. That's Yellowfowl and his brother live together in their at their parents' house. In outside of Philadelphia, I'm not sure where it is.
Oh, this is his brother.
He's like, I think Yellowfowl is like maybe 30, and the brother is like 25-ish. If I had to guess.
Oh.
That's my guess. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
You ever been to Dunkin' Donuts?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah, I went to one. It was really one of the most ghetto experiences of my life.
Yeah, where?
In Rhode Island.
You went to Rhode Island?
Yeah, to visit my friend, my lesbian.
And lesbian.
When?
A long time ago. I think I went on the program. I told you guys about it. I think because it was when I was with Brandon, but like, I think I talked to you guys like either when I was there or like right before or something. Randomly, it was fuck, I don't remember what year it was. It was when I was with Brandon. So like, like 5 years ago, maybe.
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Is this the guy that when you were at your dad's house in a weird way doing weird things and
No,
no?
it would have been after that, right? Like a year or less than a year after that.
I don't remember that name, but yeah, Rhode Island.
Okay.
I've never been to the East Coast. You ever been to the East Coast, Heather?
No.
Well, why did you go to Rhode Island? Your friend was in Rhode
That's where
Island?
she moved to. She used to live here, and she moved to Rhode Island.
Oh.
Yeah. She was up at and we hung out every day, and like she was like following me around. We would just do all kinds of shit. We were together all the time, and then she lived with me for a little while, and then she moved in with her brother.
Does she sound like Family Guy?
No, but a lot of people do.
Yeah. So don't go down that path, like Pet Cemetery, you know?
Yeah, I can't remember when Pet Cemetery, but
You know Pet Cemetery, Heather?
I've seen it, but I don't remember the accent.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Sometimes it's better. They're better off dead. Eh? No? No, think it's a good accent? Oh yeah. Don't go down that path, There's a haunted path down that way.
To do.
Huh?
It's a hard accent to recreate.
Yeah. Are you being polite and saying I'm not doing a very good job?
I'm not impressed, no, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard though. I can't even imagine. Like,
How come on Family Guy of course it's just the show, but the mother is like from like Brooklyn. Maybe they can be from different places. But the mother is like has a Jewish Brooklyn accent, and the dad has a Maine accent. They're kind of close together, but it's not the same.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You been to this Dollar Chinese place? You think it's bad?
I mean, it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Sometimes when you get, like, I don't like it when you get like sometimes at the Chinese places, like you order chicken and it's like all like pieces of breading or something. There's like no actual chicken. There's all like a bunch of little pieces of mushy shit, or it's got like the chewy shit in it. You know, where you're like, I don't know what kind of piece of meat this was.
Yeah, there is a lot of breading in there.
Mostly breading.
And I don't know what kind of meat chicken it is. Yeah, that's true.
Right? You get those weird bits, but it's like not that bad as long as you don't like get sick later.
I used to eat it a lot in high school, but I haven't had it since then.
It's not $1 anymore. It's not $1, that's for sure.
Not anymore. It
Nothing.
would still all be $1, everything, each individual thing I think was.
It's not $1 now. Well, they don't
No,
call
no.
it. They changed the name of it anyway. It's not called Dollar Chinese anyway.
What's it called now?
That's Chinese.
Something wok. Like, but I got a sticker. The sticker had a funny like Asian chef on it. I think it's in my car. Maybe Freddie will pick it up. Freddie's gonna be here soon. Maybe. I think it's called. Well, it's called Walk In, Walk Out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they had a. And there's a picture of like a funny Asian guy with a Fu Manchu and the chef's hat though on the sticker, but it's maybe I'll show it later, maybe tomorrow.
It's probably all Korean, Mexicans cooking in there.
The guy Asian's up front. There's a lot of Koreans. I think they're Korean if I had to guess.
Probably, yeah.
I think there's more Koreans than Mexicans in this area.
Yes, I noticed that even in lots of Chinese restaurants and Asian restaurants, they have Mexican chefs, Mexican people cooking. At
Yeah.
least at Panda Express and like at the ones I would go to, I don't know.
Well, Panda Express is like McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's, yeah, McDonald's too, yeah.
No, but Panda Express is not an Asian restaurant. I'm saying, basically. But, there's, yeah, there's a lot of Mexican chefs. I mean, there's fun. I think Panda Express is mostly frozen food anyway. Probably.
Oh, yeah, but you like cook straight up in that wok back there.
This food is,
Yeah, I like the way they can stirring it up in that wok back there.
this food's pretty much Panda Express.
But not as good. We're good.
I think it's about just as good. Panda Express, like, always gives me, like, stomach cramps.
Yes, always.
Yeah, like actual pain.
Yeah, me too.
Like some food, like other fast food kind of makes you like either like sleepy or like a little bit nauseous. But Panda Express is like pinching feeling, like oh, like
Yeah, like stomach cramps, like
Yeah.
shit.
like actual pain in your stomach, like instead of like not even like nausea or like intestinal distress, you know? Not that. It's like actual feels like something's like in the, like something's pinching. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Hey,
You ever and then I still go back every like 3 or 4 months. I still go back to Panda Express.
Yeah. Because it's just good, kinda.
You just eat it and then you're like, oh, why did I do that again every time?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
I had the strawberry frosty at Wendy's
How's
yesterday.
that?
It was, I mean, it tasted
Is that
exactly,
new?
huh?
Is that new or
It's
something?
new. It's new. Remember they only had
Oh.
chocolate. They only had chocolate.
Yeah.
Like they only had chocolate until like maybe like 10 years ago or so.
Then they got vanilla?
And then they got vanilla, and it was like, whoa, vanilla? Whoa, this is weird, huh?
Oh, wow.
Now they got strawberry.
how they done that person's up.
Yeah,
Shot.
it's on fire. But Israel puts it on fire. What? They got a strawberry, and I got it last night, and I was like, I'm gonna. Because last time I went to Wendy's, it was like 3 days ago, and then I saw the strawberry milkshake in the advertisement after I was leaving.
Damn, I hate that shit.
Yeah, but then I came back and got it again last night, and it was not a surprise. You know?
It's just a regular ass strawberry milkshake.
Well, it's a Frosty.
Oh, Frosty. Well, Frosties are better than milkshakes.
Yeah, they're different. I don't know what's in there. It's like some kind of grainy. It's like grainy, you know?
But, it's like malt
Malt. Malt's like,
or something.
yeah, I'm not sure what malt is, because you got like malt balls.
There's all kinds of malt. Yeah, I think it's usually a powder though, and that's like, because it's an Ovaltine too.
And like Whoppers.
Whoppers, yeah, but that's malted.
Malted? That's different than malt? So, it's
That's
malt.
what makes the. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Because Whoppers is like cookies. You know?
They're it's like it's not cookie. It's not though. It's all sugar inside.
It's not a cookie?
No, it's all sugar that's just cooked in a way that makes it foamy.
Really? Seems there's no flour?
It's like, have you ever had one of those candy bars? It's called like Violet something. And it's like home kind of. It's
Like,
chocolate.
well, usually crunchy stuff, even like Butterfingers has cornflakes in it.
Does Butterfingers have cornflakes?
Butterfingers has cornflakes in it.
Huh. I'll have to read the ingredients. But I know that like it's with Whoppers though. No, it's just cooked in that way. It's like a toffee type. It's almost like toffee, but it's like cooked to a higher thing, I think.
So it's bubbly. I always thought it was like a cookie. Kind of tastes like it looks like a cookie too.
I'm pretty sure it's not though. It's Whopper. They're malted milk balls. That's what the malt. It makes it like that. I think. I don't know exactly. It's like the same texture. Like you know how Frosties have a texture.
Yeah, I always thought that Whoppers were like kind of like Twix. I mean, Twix's cookies, all right.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't know. I'm gonna.
Twix?
Twix is cookie. Yeah.
Twix is cookies. I thought it's like similar to Twix, only without.
I don't think so.
Because Twix is.
It just tastes kind of similar, I guess, but it's not though. I don't think.
Twix is cookies and caramel, and chocolate.
Yeah.
I thought like the Whoppers is like those like Twix balls.
I don't think so.
Remember when they had all the candy was coming in balls?
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. Yes. You can get it in a pouch.
Yeah.
The ball.
Yeah. For a minute, like every candy, they had it like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, it was just like all the ingredients of a candy bar. It was like Butterfinger BBs. Remember Butterfinger BBs?
Oh yeah, okay, I guess I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But Butterfinger BBs went away too, right? They don't serve those.
I don't know. I don't even remember that that's what they were called, but I believe you.
You remember Butterfinger BBs? Heather, you remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were called BBs.
BB.
It was like is that that's the cat? Same cat?
Yeah.
It was like because the Simpsons, they were like, lay off my Butterfinger BBs. But they got I think maybe I don't know if they took a page from Butterfinger BBs, but then they started putting like all the candies into those things. There's like Snickers, and I think even Twix maybe. And I kind of thought that Whoppers were already just like basically the Twix BBs.
I'm pretty sure they're not though.
No, I don't like those malt balls.
Malt balls. I guess I still don't know what malt is, but what's in a Frosty.
It's an offense thing, so it's also a malt liquor, which is like most alcohol is made of malt liquor.
I think malt is flour then, maybe.
It's a grain. Malt is a grain.
So it's like a cookie then, if it's made out of grain.
But it's different because it's like, I don't know exactly how they do this. You know what? I'm gonna fucking Google it. I know you don't like that. But
It's what?
Oh, sure. I need to know about these toppers now.
It's not a sugar. It must be some kind of grain in there. So it's some kind of cookie then, I think, if it's malted.
Sort of, but I don't think so.
It's just straight up
I don't
sugar.
think it's called that. Sugar, corn syrup, partially hydrogenated palm kernel oil, whey, and malted milk, which is barley, malt, whey flour,
Barley.
salt, sodium, and bicarbonate. But it's a liquid though.
Barley liquid.
Malted milk. Malted milk.
Malted milk. Barley is a grain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember malt is not the grain. Malt is, I don't know what malt is exactly. I guess malt could be any grain liquor, any grain alcohol, kind of. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna feel this out.
What is malt? Yeah, what's it?
Malted milk powder is combined with syrup to make malted milk balls. So it's not really cookies, it's just sugar and syrup. It's just sugar.
Sugar and syrup.
Sugar and malted milk and powder, yeah, so sugar and milk. Milk powder.
Milk powder.
Yep.
I'm gonna queue up the message of the future. If I find it. I lost it. Maybe it's in here. Yep. I found it. Yeah. I don't know if I want to eat all this dollar Chinese. I think I've had enough already. Probably best to... Huh?
I want it.
You hungry? What'd you eat today?
That's so stupid.
Did you eat dinner?
No, I'm about to eat some spaghetti.
Yeah, what are you about to eat?
Spaghetti?
Spaghetti? Oh, did you make it?
No, my friend did.
With beef?
Yeah, beef.
Ground beef spaghetti? Just like when I make spaghetti, it's just ground beef and then like a jar or a can of toss, and that's it. Like spices.
Yeah.
Onion. Lots of onion, ground beef, canned tomato sauce with spices. Yeah? Sometimes people put canned tomatoes in there, but I just use the sauce, the pre-made sauce. Alright, I queued it up. Alright, here it goes. Hey, future, it's us the past.
Hello, future.
It's Monday. Do you have the day off again? The dollar Chinese still there? Was it $1?
What are Whoppers made of?
What is malt? Bye, future.
Goodbye, future.
I haven't even eaten Whoppers in many years anyway.
I just had a box of them like randomly the other day.
You bought them?
Like just yesterday, I think.
What?
Yesterday or the day before, I had a box.
You bought them?
Yeah, I did randomly.
Huh. I don't really buy candy. I'll eat it if it's there, but I don't really ever buy it. Heather likes candy.
I love candy and pretzels and all kinds of shit.
How about Whoppers?
No.
Do you have a Snuggie?
Don't like Whoppers?
Are you wearing a Snuggie, Heather?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's one that has like a pocket that you can put a cat in. The cats don't go in the pocket.
Is it a name brand Snuggie or?
No, it's no name brand.
We had the Slanket, that's what it was called.
But it's nice.
Alright, let's listen to a Mr. Ginsu message. Let's see, Mr. Ginsu, what do you have to say?
How about that, Mother Vegas? Now I gotta just pay to the phone a little bit, make sure what fucking factor start timing. Yeah, I just went outside. Oh, what the fuck's happening? I'm having a hard time thinking. I'm gonna have to use the kitchen to go find me a Red Bull so I can wake my ass up. Yeah, good. Yeah, there we go. Damn, Red Bull.
Red Bull!
No, it's cold outside, motherfucker. God damn. What the fuck? The thing I love, I like these red things. They come in like 4-packs.
4-pack of Red Bull. Mr. Ginsu's drinking like 4 or 5 Red Bulls every day.
That's a lot of Red Bulls, but I drink a lot of caffeine too now. I'm addicted to Monsters.
Oh no!
I know. I'm totally addicted to them.
How many are you drinking?
Sometimes 2.
Like
And they're like 200 and something milligrams. They're kind of a lot.
are the 16 ounces?
No, the big ones with the screw can.
Is it?
The screw top.
How much? How many ounces?
I don't know. I think they're 32.
It's 250 milligrams of caffeine.
250. I don't know. I can't remember how much is it. But it might be 6. Is it 6? No, it's not 6. I think it's 250 maybe. It must be because I've never seen anything higher than that.
Well,
but it's like.
I mean, I eat caffeine.
Serving though.
I eat caffeine pills.
How many milligrams do you eat?
200.
Well, yeah. The 16-ounce ones I think have 200.
That's not that much. I thought they'd have a lot more.
All the other shit are him. No, and then I drink the big ones that are 32 ounces, but it's still listed as the same caffeine, I think, because it's like per serving.
Oh, yeah.
Servings.
I know people that have gotten kidney stones from too much Red Bull, and somebody else I know Mark got stomach cancer from it. But Mark says he was drinking like 5 a day, but I think he might have been exaggerating. Yeah, you should get caffeine pills.
I don't want to. Do you like that? Do you actually feel it?
Yeah.
I guess it would. I guess this would definitely help. Like if I like when I have headaches, definitely through caffeine withdrawal.
You can definitely feel. I mean, well, I don't know if you can feel the caffeine pills, but you can definitely feel the lack of caffeine pills. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
well, that's worth it, I guess.
I'm. I eat half a I have my alarm so that when I wake up, I have a snooze. So I wake up and I eat half a caffeine pill with a glass of water, and then I go back to sleep. And then when I wake up, I'm already caffeine. I'm already going a little bit. And then
that seems like it's probably not good for you, though.
Then I eat the other half.
What?
I eat the other half when I wake up the full way.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably not good for you, though.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's probably not.
It's like
maybe I'm just.
It's probably better than Monsters.
Well, yeah, probably. Because all the other shit in there. Plus, I drink the sugar-free ones because for whatever reason I'm addicted to those ones specifically. The white ones, the white can.
Oh, was that pina colada flavored?
No, it's like energy drink flavored. It's not a real flavored, you know.
Yeah. The diet.
I mean, it's like chemicals.
Yeah. There's probably like the diet stuff got weird chemicals in there. Like
that is the best one though, the white one. Yeah, it's where the mango one's good too. Yeah, but that one's sour, sugar free too. Actually, that's a lot of it. Only the sugar free Monsters. I prefer all my energy drinks sugar free. I always drink sugar free Red Bull too, but that's because sometimes sugar used to make me crash.
Yeah.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, for sure.
It would just be pointless to drink one. But yeah, that's why I started drinking sugar free energy.
There's weird stuff in there.
Well, it's just they put weird stuff in all of them anyway.
I guess.
But aspartame is not good for you.
I stick with just coffee or caffeine pills.
Yeah. I like me my aspartame. And guarana and thing and all the other bullshit they put in there.
The caffeine pills is only it's like 300 pills for $4.
Wow.
So, that's how much is a Red Bull? $2.50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two Red Bulls to get 300 caffeine pills.
They're all $3. Yeah, something.
I want to call Freddie. I thought he would be here by now. Let's see where he is. Oh, actually, his phone's out of batteries because I was hanging out with him earlier.
I'm on the phone right now, but if you leave me a nice message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Freddie, I watched your phone get out of batteries. Hopefully, you're not stuck somewhere or whatever. But who knows? You know, the phone. I don't have a phone anyway. I don't carry around a phone with me. So if I'm not in rain, or if I'm not, yeah, you basically can't talk to me unless I'm at a place. It's like the old times. Yeah, I found my grandmother's journal. She was writing in it every day. It's kind of weird. I could see what she did every day in 1994 and 95. Mostly just going to the mall and Red Robin. I don't know. She went to Red Robin a lot. It's kind of weird. You know?
Robin is good.
I like Red Robin, but
Me too.
we would go there when I was a kid. We would go to Red Robin, but I kind of assumed that it was like just she was only going there when we were going there with the kids, but she was going there all the time.
Yeah. She was a Red Robin regular.
Yeah. It's even just like by the few sentences, you could tell that life was easier without the phones. You know.
Yeah.
Cause like you're doing, I mean, I don't have a phone. I don't carry the phone around with me, cause I want to do what I'm doing. You know. Like, if you have that phone, you're always trying to do something else. You're living in the phone world, or somebody's trying to call you, and you're like, hey, you want to do this? Like, I'm already doing this other thing. You know. Like, it kind of seems like it's difficult to live with the phone.
A lot more shit to think about.
Yeah. I don't carry another phone. Did you have a Monster Energy drink today?
Did I have one thing? No, I had, fuck, what did I drink this morning? Coffee. I did have a coffee. 2 coffees. I had 2 coffees today. And then that's all I guess so far.
From a place?
One was like a quad shot breve latte, and then one was so it was like 4 shots of espresso, and then one was from a donut place.
4 shots of espresso.
Yeah, it's not even that much.
No?
That's like 200 milligrams. I think it's 90 shots, 90 milligrams per double shot.
That's it?
Oh, yeah. Starbucks is, it might be, yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Look what they estimated it as.
So a caffeine pill is like 4 shots?
Yeah, but then like a regular coffee has like 500 milligrams. Like more, I think a venti hike or whatever. I think they said it had 500 milligrams of coffee.
Huh.
Because regular coffee has more caffeine than shots do.
I only eat the caffeine. I eat the caffeine pills in the morning, but then I drink coffee like all day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I drink coffee all day. Sometimes I need it. I've always been like addicted to caffeine, but it's worse now with the monsters though. It's like sometimes I need that monster. Like the second it hits my lips, I can feel that shit.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Like, I swear to God, it's like amazing. That you have to try the white monster. Okay, just try it.
No thanks. I'll stick with my caffeine pills. I actually heard that a lot of times. Every time I tell people about the caffeine pills, they're like, oh my god, but then they're like, yeah. That stuff is way worse, the monsters. And all the milkshakes, I think those are the worst of all of them.
What?
Like Starbucks milkshake drinks?
Oh, the Frappuccinos, they're so good, though.
But they're like, that's just like candy. And people don't want to pretend. It's like candy for breakfast. It's like really bad thing to start off.
Sugar with a little bit of milk and mostly ice, honestly. Mostly ice and then sugar with the milk and sugar.
Yeah, isn't there just like heavy cream in there too?
No, they use whole milk by default. Those. But the whipped cream on there is like real made whipped cream with heavy cream.
Yeah, I call it milkshakes.
They're kind of like milkshakes, but they're not because they're blended ice beverages. They're more like a smoothie.
Yeah.
They're like a Frosty or something. Not a Frosty, it's something like whatever, icy or whatever.
We're getting down to about 4 minutes left today.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hanging out with Freddie, and then we were like meeting up with some other people, and oh, there he is. Hey, Freddie. I was like, where could we have gone to this whole time? Because we only have a few minutes left. Were you at that thing this whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, they really... I thought they were going to be done when I left, huh?
More stuff to talk about.
Wow. How are ya?
Good.
It's only have 2 minutes left.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Damn.
James and Heather are here.
Hi, James. Hi, Heather.
Hey.
What do you think of the new camera angle? You're looking right at Kenny, huh?
I like it. I was wondering, I was going to ask why it looks so different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because of the new computer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Harmonious.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a, I'm thinking about getting one of these and putting it there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So then the viewers can see what they see.
Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot out.
It's hot in here. Because all the machines, or why is it so hot in here?
Yeah, in 2018 was very hot.
Hotter than this?
This time of the year, yeah. In 2018, it was like outside was like unbearably hot. It was like, oh man, it's hot. Now today is like outside is like pretty nice. Maybe it could be it's a little too hot, but now it's gonna be.
That was pleasant, but then I walked over here and now maybe I'm too hot.
Yeah, you got a jacket on.
Oh yeah.
I guess it hasn't been something. Everybody's always talking about the weather all the time, but so you believe it hasn't been above like 80 degrees all year? I'm like, oh. But also something I heard though. I guess somebody told me that the heat wave was in June.
Yeah.
Like the crazy one.
Then yeah.
Yeah. So we
almost through it.
Almost through the heat wave. Remember the heat wave? Whenever I heard a suffering squirrel, suffering skirkatash. But during the heat wave, I was walking outside for a minute, and I heard a squirrel like probably dying. It was making weird noises, and show's over.
Boo, bye y'all.
We made it. Thanks, James. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Mr. Ginsu and Yalfa and Freddie. Here it goes. Oh, Heather was already gone.
Thank you, Rick.
My pleasure.
Gotta find a phone charger.
Oh yeah, it's not over there anymore. Plugged in the computer. The old computer. It's Monday. We're on TCTV, channel 22, 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check it out. Yeah. YDHWM on YouTube. 360-363-4. Call the message. Get on TV. Yeah. YDHWM.com. Check it out. TCT Guy Operator, thank you. TCTV, La Bebe, Jody Families, Oka Books, Fourth Star Video, Southspy.com, Rebecca, Mountain Board, Northwest, Thurston County, Washington State, USA, thank you. And viewers that see you watching, thank you. Hey, John, where are you? Call me. Hell yeah, dog.